Hey, I'm going live now. We're live. How's it going, everybody? I have two people with me. Okay. Sorry for if I'm a little bit nervous right now. But how are you doing, Theron? How are you doing, UBERSOY? Okay.
I'm doing
Uh,
good.
Yeah,
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 I'm fine. How are you?
yeah, very hard to set this up. I think Theron had like a whole schedule, whole thing. What exactly happened? Okay.
Okay. All right. So, well, I don't know. I guess let's just say that's my it's very let's just say it's very late in the UK, and I don't know. I have some people that work in my house, so I didn't want to interrupt them. But I managed to find go into my car and stream from there.
Oh, yeah. So it was
Okay.
very excited to stream with Uber.
Powerful.
How do you guys know each other? So he seems like a very
I,
neat
don't-
pair
I
of
don't
you.
know him. But he's just like telling me you're Jewish in the comments. That's the only thing I know
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
that's
on
fair.
Twitter.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well, of course I know, Ubersoy. And clearly we disagree a lot, and yeah, but I guess certain people probably call him Jewish because well they're anti-Semitic. I guess often say you're Jewish because it's ironic. Actually, there's a lot of things to talk about.
I mean, is Ubersoy even Jewish from his mother's side? Because if not, I
No,
don't.
from my father's side.
Yeah, so you're not really even Jewish, really, according to.
Okay, also let me just check if my stream's working, or if the stream can pick up your voices. Uh,
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah.
um, guys, can you talk?
Yeah, yeah. We could talk. We could talk now. Yeah, for sure, for sure. So yeah. So well, you set it up yet, or okay? Third, you set up, or
Okay. It looks like it's not picking you up because
yeah, yeah.
wait,
Oh, okay. So like, this is what so let me,
oh wait, if I could wait, is it okay if I could add both of you to my stream as well?
Sure, sounds good.
I send you the link.
Yeah, sure, sure. Because I actually want to play a video right now, the whole thing. But Uber, so you never knew that Elijah Schaefer was a this about Elijah Schaefer?
Well, I knew that he was a drug addict from like mutual sources. That's the only thing I knew.
I mean, you didn't know he was like gay. Like he is kind of.
No, I had no idea about
I mean, how does he? You can tell by his voice he sounds pretty gay. I mean, like,
it.
I mean, he's pretty queer. I mean, I'm not trying to be like whatever here, but he does sound very gay. Like,
I don't know.
I mean, it gets to the point. I don't know. It gets to the point. Like some people, I don't know if this is against YouTube's policy, but when I'm watching a video, like if the person is like too gay sounding, it kind of becomes unwatchable. I don't know if it's just me or maybe it's other people, but you didn't hear about the whole thing that happened with the Blaze, with Sydney Watson, or
Um, well, I remember she quit the Blaze because he was making fun of her and he was doing like suggestive things. That's my understanding.
right? I mean, yeah. Yeah, which is that kind of not Christian? Shouldn't Christians be pure and sense not really joke about stuff
Yeah,
like
I
this?
suppose so.
I mean, like the whole Stephen Crowder thing. That's I guess I mean, what makes him like because he does a lot of jokes as well. I
Hmm.
think like boomers got a little bit upset with Tucker Carlson, but I think that's unless you're very okay. One second, I got a DM.
Yeah, all right. So I
Yeah, bro,
sent out
you're
the
just like exposing your DMs
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, there's nothing
for
really.
everyone to
Yeah, there's
see.
really nothing I have lately. I mean, I'm kind of like
You are talking with Adam King.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I just speak with him. Yeah, yeah.
okay at the stage.
He's a funny guy, by the way.
Yeah, yeah, he is.
Just
All right.
saying.
Thanks. Ubisoft, is it possible if you could also go open the link so you can go to my stream as well? Uh,
What are you talking about?
Yeah, guess you made another link, Theron, or
Yeah.
okay, fine, sounds good. Yeah, yeah, but I end up having 1 second. Let me show you the video. So I'm just surprised nobody like. If you ever heard of Jane McNeil?
Yeah, I have. It's the guy who betrayed Nick Fuentes.
I mean, it's kind of not really right to say that because like, oh, okay,
Well, he blocked me on Twitter, so I never see anything from
I
him pop
mean,
up on my feed.
well, I mean, I think kind of Nick like kicked him out basically for. I think it basically Nick escalated kind of. You know the whole story of Nick with the whole. Are you behind the whole Nick lore or?
Um, it's hard to keep up with everything.
I mean, that's I guess what's Theron was confused and sort of I'm confused a little bit about this. I mean, the I flip on whether I like and hate Nick. You know, some stuff he says I like, some stuff he says it's really hard to really like. He really flip flops in so many issues. It's really not. He's really kind of goes a little bit para. I mean, he's like in a sense he's like Donald Trump, except Donald Trump is not. His flip flops are not going over the Overton window. So, but it's kind of hard for me, to like kind of take. But the bottom line is the biggest problem with him is that he has a lot of skeletons in his closets. I mean, you never heard about all the skeletons he has, or
I heard about a lot of the skeletons, but I really don't know how many of them are real.
I mean, he for sure protected a pedophile. I mean, it's pretty. No,
I don't know about that.
I mean, he didn't stop him from
Um,
being. Do you think? I mean, do you think it wasn't really such a big deal because do you think it's overstated? Like, it's not like he.
wait,
I mean,
which guy are we talking about again?
The
Alex.
Ali Alexander guy.
Right.
Oh,
So,
all right, okay, all
yeah,
right,
yeah,
now I
yeah.
remember.
Will you say that maybe it's not a big deal because he couldn't really? They're not. I mean, what does Theron say about this? How would you defend if you were Nick Lawyer? How would you say the Ali Alexander thing? Because this is what basically
I
happened
mean,
in that
if
show.
I had to, if I were Nick and had to defend myself, I'd probably say I had no idea
Well, he did have
what
an idea.
happened.
Miley
Oh yeah,
Napapalopoulos told him in his text message that he's a pervert. I guess other people said that as well. Nick said okay, but he still allowed him to be in because he had a lot of connections. You
okay,
know, yeah,
all
yeah, yeah.
right. By the way, Ubisoy, so what I was trying to tell you, sorry for some, my voice sounded weird, but like, I
Mm.
wanted you to like click on a link so that you could be on both Toasted stream and my stream, if that would be okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
What link? I am on the stream, so I don't know what you're
Oh yeah,
talking about.
I mean another stream. I mean, I don't think either of the streams will interfere if you
Hmm.
click on it. But if there's some technical difficulties, then I'll stop my stream.
Well, I mean, one thing, I think he's a little bit, nervous about doing this UberSoy because when an Indian person tells you to click on a link, it's never just joking here. Like, no, but you're not Indian, you're Sarah Lincoln, and the,
Sri Lankan, but let's see. So, I mean,
yeah,
I'm basically ethnic Tamil, and there's one group of ethnic Indians are the Tamils. So I don't think the Groypers will care about a distinction in this case.
right. No, I think they. I was like sort of like it reminded me of the whole Italian thing from Family Guy. They're not Jewish, they're Italian. That's why I sort of like got off that. But I mean, you guys are the same race as the Hindu people, or no? Or
All right, well, the Hindu people are religion. All right, so
I
if
mean, you
we're
get
talking
what I
about
mean by
like Indian.
Hindu, Indian people,
Alright,
Indian people.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, okay, yeah. I'd say we're basically the same, race as the Indian people,
right.
because Sri
Well,
Lankan.
you're more Dravidian, like you were more like how the original Indians have looked like before the Europeans have invaded them, like thousands of years ago.
Right.
But all right, so you're talking about like the what
The
the
Aryan invasion.
yeah.
So
Okay, all right,
you were the population that didn't
all
get
right, yeah.
admix with Europeans.
Yeah,
Okay, all right. So basically, the North Indian South Indian divide.
uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, okay.
Do you think it's warranted some of the anti-Indian hate, or you think it's well? What do you think? If
Uh,
you're
all right. This always sort of confused me on the ride. So like before like COVID, like I think the ride was pretty cool with Asians or Asian Americans, including the Indians. But even then, I had my own critiques of like South Asian or Indian culture. But I also thought there were like good parts to it, like focused on hard work. Less likely to engage in hookup culture. Traditional marriage. I have critiques such as I know I guess like sex selective abortion, and I guess there's stuff now about like maybe Indians don't take care of their environment as much in India, and they may have brought that to the Western countries. I think that I think there's other like critiques, but I think the idea that Indians hire all the other Indians, I mean, in terms of any empirical backing, like I'm not sure if it has. I mean, compared to other ethnic groups, I don't think they do it. It's possible that there's been a rise in Indian hate because Indian migration has increased massively in the past, like maybe 5 years. So that might explain why some of it now, at least online. I do, but I do get annoyed with it. But I also have some critiques of cultures.
right, for sure. I mean, yeah, I mean, well, it just became more acceptable. If you're not racist, you're kind of not cool on the right anymore. If that makes sense. I mean, at least online, I don't think it's like this on Fox News. But for some reason,
Hmm.
people like to be as extreme as possible. I think I see that as a trend now. You have to be as extreme as possible. I guess I don't know what
Yeah.
what that but yeah, I don't know. But anyways, here is like Elijah Schaefer. Um, he sort of was a weird thing, Elijah Schaefer. Then he used to be like kind of like a normie conservative. I remember him on Jesse Lee Peterson's show saying
Yeah.
race doesn't exist, and then he became a graper sort of, and
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So here's his video. Second, is my not working?
Like, god damn it. Being such a fucking whore. I'm like literally like, oh hey, you know what? You had a couple beers. Oh, why do you lie to me? Why do you lie to me? You know why? 'Cause you're a fucking whore and you're
I'm sorry.
a bitch.
I'm
You need
sorry.
to shut the fuck up.
I'm
How
sorry.
about that? Because when I talk to you the truth, you become a fucking whore. And I don't want to be around you. Oh, I'm not a whore. Yeah, maybe you're not.
Like,
Yes, you are.
it
Because
sounds to me like Elijah is talking with himself.
yeah, I
That's
think
what it sounds like.
Yeah, maybe because like I don't hear the wife's response. Uh,
oh, I mean, I'm
I'm
just being honest with
granted.
you. This sounds gayer than the Steve, like the Steven Crowder thing. It sort of sounded when he says, "I don't like the part where it really sounded gay." He says, "That's not any better." Like that sort of thing sounded very gay. I mean, this whole Steven Crowder thing, it wasn't abusing his wife; it was just kind of acting like a jerk, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
it kind of wasn't really making sense. As why does his wife take an Uber? Why can't he take an Uber? The whole thing was just this was like just sounds like straight up abuse if he is actually speaking to his wife. I mean, but I don't know. It just sounds. It seems like he's like like this is what I get from this. He's like a gay guy in sort of like a um straight relationship. I don't know, like I don't know. Like that's the thing I'm confused about. How do you think? How is he? He's clearly a homosexual. How is he? Is he like a bisexual? You think or?
Yeah, he's definitely a bisexual. Otherwise, he wouldn't have slept with Sarah Stock and probably Sydney Watson.
I mean,
Definitely.
I'm a very sheltered person. I spoke to this with Theron. He didn't really got a little bit uncomfortable last stream. We spoke. We had a stream about Ali Beth Stuckey, and it was a very. By the way, am I live right now? Am I not actually? I am
all
live, but
right.
I'm. No, I was. I had this unlisted, so yeah. But what in the world? Uh, save changes. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, public. Yeah, blah blah. Uh, uh, what in the world is happening? I'm sorry. Just okay. Save Save changes. I don't know what in the world's happening. Anyways, is my thing alive right now? Okay. Why is it not? I'm confused. It's what? I don't know what's happening. Okay. I don't know if
Wait,
this
is
is.
it?
It's not.
Wait,
It's
did you
not.
live?
Yeah, it's
Uh,
on listed right now. It's for. It's not. It's if we're recording something. It's for sure recording something, but it's just not allowing me to go. On the world.
wait, Toasted. Maybe send me your channel or like tell me what your toast. Is it Toasted Network?
Yeah,
Because I have two.
yeah. It doesn't let me stream this live for some reason. I don't know what exactly. It's a lot. It's considered unlisted, so I don't know what in the world's happening. But
You can
Right,
just
okay.
upload it when it's done.
yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna get that much viewers anyway, so yeah, that's what I'll probably
Yeah.
do. Yeah, yeah,
Alright,
but yeah, but I haven't been. I spoke to Theron about this. The Ali, we had an Ali Beth Stuckey stream, and it was very awkward. It was actually very boring, you know. But what happened is I spoke to him like about like gay people and how they view women, and my question is are gay people are all gay people just don't like to be around women, or some do like women, they're just more gay, or
I mean, like I'm pretty sure gay people like to be around women, but they'll probably be more like interested in you know they'll probably be more like interested in more like the feminine stuff. Talk about their interests, but I don't know. I don't think they usually would just. I mean, they might say "ooh, icky woman" in terms of like not wanting to sleep with them, but like
are all of them like that? That's what I
they'll
mean.
just be friends.
Are all of them like that though, or I mean, like how, like is the media like the media portrays gay people as not wanting to be sleeping with women, but is it actually as black and white, or it's more in the middle? They just the media is more.
Hmm.
Would you know, or
I wouldn't know.
would you know
Look,
UBERSOY because you're in Tel Aviv, so they had a
yeah,
lot of.
I'm not in Tel Aviv.
Sorry.
um, yeah, look, I don't think he's homosexual, Elijah Schaefer. He's definitely bisexual. He's got a wife. He's slept around with like many women. Uh, he was raped by his pastor when he was
Wait, wait,
young.
wait. Hold.
But
He was raped by his Okay, it
well,
makes.
that's what Milo alleges.
Okay,
Raped, like
well,
pressured, coerced
I
into
mean, like I'm just going to say
sex.
this. I know Theron might like this, but most gay people were raped as kids, and I don't want to get to whatever here.
Yeah, what? Yeah, but look, he's not a strictly homosexual. I
Well, yeah,
think that that's just
bisexual.
very clear. Yeah, yeah,
Well,
he's bisexual, and
that's
most of
basically
them
yeah,
they
that's
go
basically
for the opposite gender always, almost.
right. I mean, Shane Dawson doesn't, and he's bi. No.
Shane Dawson, who's that?
Oh man, he's that guy that used to.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know. He's this like third worldist, right?
No, that's Ryan. No, no,
Ah,
no.
that's Ryan Dawson.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
I hate Ryan. He's like Nick Fuentes, but without the good personality in the sense that he flips flops all the
He's
time as
much
well.
dumber. Yeah, I
Well, he
know.
flips out.
He blocked me also when I like
Right.
try to tell
Right.
him that he's retarded.
No, it's
Um,
just
Ryan
this.
Dawson for like liberty. Like Right. So I
Yeah,
know he doesn't like the Jews, or at least wait, that doesn't he have similar views to like Nick on the Jews?
not really. It depends on the day. That's the thing with him. It's like he used to criticize Nick Fuentes for hating, for criticizing, for saying the Holocaust didn't exist, but now he says the Holocaust doesn't exist. He's a very unlikable person. Let me just put you that way. He's the type to like complain of why he's not getting the attention that other people are getting. He's whatever. He's just like I don't know, like
loser.
I mean yeah. I don't
Uh,
think he has any. He sort of is
I feel
like
like
very sorry.
I feel like Nick Fuentes sort of has a sort of similar ego. Like if you follow like the Orville drama, like there was a clip
Yeah,
of Nick going around saying that he says yes, if you're born in this country, this is your birthright. You deserve to be a citizen. Then Orville like thought this was confusing. Orville thought like Orville had the impression that he was against Nick was against birthright citizenship, so he sent a reasonable text asking him to clarify. Then Nick got furious and said, "How dare you turn on me?" Even though Orville was sending a text to clarify.
Right. I
And
mean,
I say this as someone who hates like Orville's views. Orville was at least just asking Nick for like clarification, and Nick interpreted that text or that DM as him turning on him.
right?
So
No, yeah, no. Well, one thing about Arville is like he's a scammer as well. Did you hear about the whole Return to the Land? It's actually, they were advertising it being like houses and stuff like that. It's just a bunch of shacks, and it's really just a
okay,
scam. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I haven't heard about like that. I personally don't like Orville or his views. I just consider him to be like compared to Fuentes at least more reasonable, and Fuentes
I
in
mean,
that exchange, and Fuentes
yeah.
responded like
Right. I mean,
not
Fuentes is a low
so
cal.
good.
Let's. I know UBERSOY will disagree with me, but
Yeah,
Fuentes is
of
Yeah.
not.
course I would disagree
No,
with you.
Fuentes is just no. He's just not a leader. He's just
He is a leader. What are you
Well, I mean,
talking
he's
about?
not a good one. He's very bipolar.
Well,
He.
yeah, well, you just don't like him, that's all.
No,
And that
I
what
don't
makes
hate.
you say
All right.
that.
I
Well,
mean,
I guess.
regardless, what do you think about his response to Orville? Did you know anything about that
Yeah, I
particular
mean,
drama?
Yeah, I had a stream with Arval and I gave him all the opportunities in the world to talk about what happened, and he got bodied on the stream. And not by me, I didn't even say anything against him, by the way.
I mean, no, but with Arville, isn't he like he could easily make a white only land? I mean, I don't know easily, but he could. He's trying to like make people as angry as possible. I think I'm noticing that he's trying to like he's like criticizing Jews and stuff like that. He's like seems like to go out of his way to get people upset. Do you know what I'm saying? Or maybe I'm just being
Yeah, probably. Look, I don't like Arval and his idea of, building this gated white community, especially after the drama that happened to him, or even how he's assuming that it's a valid strategy that is going to like take the positions of power or anything like that. To me, it just sounds ridiculous.
I mean, also
Um,
aren't we kind of most white people live with white people, most black. We kind of
um,
are already self-segregated, no? Or am I?
I mean,
Yeah, exactly. Uh, I mean, the only path to victory is the Gramscian path, is the infiltration, the march through the
Uh,
institution, or the Jewish part.
uh,
Uh,
okay.
so,
uh,
like, if you're not doing any of these two, then you're failing.
right. No. Also, I'm confused about his whole view on Christianity. That was also a little bit confusing. He's anti the Old
Mhm.
Testament. Yet I don't know. I'm
Yeah, he is like, I guess, Aryan Maxing. He's trying to divorce Christianity from its Jewish roots. That's my understanding.
yeah, but it's kind of like I don't know. I never got the whole. People like to claim that Christianity is like an the antithesis of Judaism, and never really got that. If that makes sense, because like all of the founders of Christianity were Jewish, and it's sort of like I sort of get where they're coming from, but these are the same people that say communism is Jewish. Like even though Karl Marx didn't really like Jews as well, so that's what. Do you know what I mean, Theron, or do you not understand what I
Uh,
mean?
yeah, there's an argument that like Karl Marx talked about the Jewish question, but then again, there's another argument that basically says that Karl Marx is Jewish, so it's a I don't know,
Right,
that's a very confusing
right. Can you say so?
context. I mean, it's like Jew on Jew violence, which
Well,
it's funny because a lot of anti-Semites say that Jews are unified on like everything. Maybe some of the more like moderate Democrat Jews and like some of the conservative Jews unite on Israel, but like a lot of the very leftist Jews are very like anti-Israel, and
right.
I don't know. It's
I mean, with me, at least with me, I'm trying to get into writing. Right. I think I told
yeah,
you, and
yeah,
it's not. And I think it's not going to be easy for me, even though I'm Jewish, because like with non-religious Jews, don't really agree with them on anything. So it's like kind of like I mean, to be honest, I'll probably be too extreme for like a even Daily Wire. If that makes sense because now not Ben Shapiro, but yeah, but so yeah, that's the whole thing. But yeah, I mean, no, yeah, but that's in the concept and the like I think the whole big white nationalist claim is that Israel's an ethno state. So why do they always? That's my question. Why do they always bring up Israel compared to other countries that are ethno states? I mean, I guess I could ask UBERSOY because
Yeah, because of the American support for Israel
right because
and the
Saudi
support
Arabia
of the liberal Jews of Israel.
right
And that's why that, because it's hypocritical. Sure, the same could apply for a lot of the rich Arab countries. It could apply to Japan or
yeah
South Korea, but America is not as intertwined with them as it is with Israel.
right. But I mean, like the Jews in Israel are different than the Jews in
Yeah,
America.
obviously. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like comparing apples to oranges. It's not like you ask most Jews in Israel, they like Trump. The ones in America don't like Trump. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm confused about. I guess I'm gonna ask you this question because I saw you tweeting about the whole Epstein thing.
Hmm.
Uh, because you're around the non-religious Jews. I mean,
Yeah.
based on my experience, they don't really seem too ethnic centric. I mean, do they even know what a guy
They
is or
they are uh yeah. Well, look, I mean, I grew up in Israel. I heard this term being thrown around. Here in Canada, it was also thrown around, but more of as a joke.
right?
Um, yeah, I think they know what a goy is. Obviously, not all of them know about it, and not all of them are going to, be using it. But they're definitely way more ethnocentric than you may believe.
Well, I mean, this is my problem with the whole ethnocentric thing with Jews, and I'm just trying. In America, they're not ethnocentric at all. They're very. I think if you see the marriage rates among Jews, it's like half interfaith marriage.
Yes, yes.
So they're not. I mean, so that's why I mean it's that's what thing is. It's a very complicated. So I was actually surprised with the whole Epstein guy thing. That's well, my problem was with your tweet is, aren't you afraid this could get people? I mean, do you believe the people on the alt right? Do you believe they actually want to hurt Jews? Honest
Some
question.
of them do, yeah. Some
I
of them. I would say most of them don't, but it's a pretty close call.
I mean, I'll say this: as many of them wouldn't mind if Hitler killed 6 million Jews. They wouldn't mind.
Yeah, but I mean, I do believe they're in a minority.
I
Um,
mean, what do you think, Theron? Do you think if most, I guess we could, Groypers, do you think most of them want? I don't think Nick Fuentes, I don't think he would want Hitler to
yes,
kick
yeah.
six. But there are people that
And I
like.
don't believe that most Groypers would want that either. But there's a lot of them who do want
I
that.
mean, Nick believes
I
his
mean,
own
I
followers are
mean,
retarded. Let's just be honest
I
on
mean, I
that.
think I think most like far leftists don't want like to like execute or like genocide white people, but like a lot of their like anti-white rhetoric is still annoying. So I mean, that's the same way I view like gropers when they comment on Jews.
Right. I
They're like
mean,
the
yeah,
inverse of.
yeah, yeah. I know. I mean, I'm not saying the whole problem with the whole Christianity and race thing. I don't really understand it so much. I'm not saying I don't because I don't. I think a Christian could technically. I mean, do you believe that love your neighbor like you love yourself? Well, who do you think it applies to? Do you believe it applies to everybody that's Christian or?
I mean, it applies to everybody. It even applies to our like enemies.
Uh-huh.
Um, of course, we it does the Bible does say to like be like I don't know, I guess kind as I mean be as smart as like snakes, but as kind as a very
Right.
like
Right.
kind animal. I forgot the exact what I really need to start like reading my Bible. So the Bible is saying be
Uh,
extremely kind, but be extremely smart.
right. Because I mean, like Christianity, from what I see, it's not really an ethnocentric religion. It's pretty universal. I don't really think. I mean, like I guess a Christian could be racist technically. I don't know if it really says anything in the Bible that you can't be racist per se, but it's not really. If you believe that Christianity is the most important thing, then why aren't all the Christian countries the best out of? Why is race matter more when it comes to countries doing well? Do you get what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think you're projecting way more into Christianity than it really matters. you know,
Well, I
you
take
come
religion
from an,
very, I take
yeah,
religion
yeah,
very
exactly.
seriously.
You take it very seriously because my understanding, you come from an Orthodox Jewish background or like Haredi
Well,
background.
I mean, also I have like I take if you can ask Theron, I'm like
I mean,
so. I mean, I'm very
y-
I'm so extreme. I don't even see women. Like whenever I see women, I kind of grimace. Like I'm
Bro,
at
yeah,
yeah. I
um,
mean that's a little bit too extreme. I just I think
yeah,
even
and
um,
so I'm saying to you that most Christians and also most Jews, they're not like this,
yeah.
and
yeah,
so they may not take
Right,
their religion all the way like you do.
right, right. Well, yeah, no, well, I get that, but isn't that sort of what the whole Christian national? I thought that was what Christian nationalism was like.
Well, but
I mean,
yeah, but there
there's
is,
an
I mean,
ethno-Christian
Erval is
national.
not a Christian nationalist. Elijah
Hmm,
Schaefer, I don't know. Yeah, like to make Christian nationalism, it basically, it's like an identity-based nationalism. They're nationalists because not
Mm,
necessarily because they're advancing the Christian ideology or trying to live in accordance with the Bible. They're saying that they're nationalists in a way that they're Christian and this identity is important for them, and they're basically trying to build the state or build the movement around their identity, like not not the contents of Christianity, although they may say that it's about the contents.
uh,
To me, it's about identity. It's about the cover and what they consider themselves to
right,
be.
right. No, no. So you agree with me? It's a whole LARP. It's mostly about like you know who yell that? What's the guy name that looks like Matt Walsh? Yell Wed Bomb, whatever his name is.
Oh, he had the guy who had an interview with Nick Fuentes. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I
Yeah.
would probably say this guy is not LARPing, unlike most of them. Yeah, I would say that he's real, but Marjorie Taylor Greene, for instance, is not, or Milo is not.
Well, I mean, the thing I'm just wondering is, isn't Islam more ethnocentric? Because I've
Yes, it is.
David
Yeah.
Wood.
um,
You read David Wood stuff. It's pretty. I know. Like I tried to search. Like whenever I go to AI with this, they always like give me. I'm trying to learn about Islam because I want to know why they hate Jewish people, but they never give me the answer I want. I mean, I don't know if they're giving me answers that are true or not. Do you get what I mean, Theron? Or you know the whole? Do you know the whole?
um,
Thing?
yeah, I guess ChatGPT is like, in terms of like programming it. The problem is programmed by humans, so there's going to be bias involved in that programming. Also, ChatGPT might like give you like the averages of, I don't know, like a bunch of like large data points of studies and whatnot. So you might get interesting stuff from ChatGPT, but you're getting like one slight sliver of a perspective,
Mm,
just because like ChatGPT has to like analyze so much stuff.
mm.
Um,
Well, I
and the
mean,
thing is, it randomly generates that as well. But yes, um,
yeah.
and the
Look,
thing is,
AI chatbots, they're just programmed to be like to cause as little prejudice from you towards certain groups as possible.
yeah,
I think they
Uh,
do. I think with Islam they do it even more. I mean, maybe I'm biased here, but like, because you know the whole phrase I hear Muslims saying you can't kill women and children, but it's sort of like confusing to me because like they really follow that. They don't really follow that rule very well. I mean,
Yeah,
like I'm just curious. Is why do they support October 7th if women and for sure many women were killed, no, and children even,
yeah,
no.
yeah. Well,
I mean,
I wouldn't say like it,
I wouldn't say like, wait, do most Muslim? I don't think most Muslims would say that
yeah,
October 7th was, right.
yeah.
Um,
It's hard for me to imagine that most Muslims would support October 7th.
I think most do though. Like
I
like
don't
all the
think
ones, all the
so.
Dawas. Well, the Dawas refused to condone it. That's
I
what I
mean,
mean.
Hmm.
they might say that Israel shouldn't have done that or that. Like the attacks are horrible, but Israel could have easily prevented this by doing not that or that. But that's, I guess, a whole other different
Yeah,
Right.
that's probably
question.
their position.
I mean, I mean,
I would say
do you believe it was an inside job or no?
no.
Because
I don't believe it wasn't. Well,
well,
okay. Look, so the BB administration, they had this strategy of trying to provoke the Palestinians into like sending missiles, so then the Israeli missiles would rain down on the Palestinians in return, or like seize more land in the West Bank. That was their strategy, and I think it got backfired. I think there was an intelligence failure. Like for me, it seems hard for Israelis to like essentially cause a death of more than a thousand of their own people. Uh,
It makes
but
sense to
they
me
were
though.
definitely provoking them,
Well,
and they
it makes sense.
wanted Hamas to retaliate in some form. It just went to such an extreme level that like I find I find it completely impossible to believe that the Israelis had planned it. But here's what I'll say. There was no proper investigation of October 7th, what really happened. We
Right.
still have no coherent picture, and I believe some corruption is involved in that. So there was definitely an intelligence failure, and definitely there's lots of people to blame. But I think that the BB regime is too corrupt to conduct a proper investigation.
Well,
Like the Israelis, they taken prisoners a lot of the people responsible for October 7th. They could just like ask questions. Why did they plan October 7th? Who was behind October 7th? They haven't done the proper investigation, and that sucks. Like for something as important as October 7th, to think that you didn't conduct an investigation, study what happened, it just says a lot. It says that fundamentally you don't want the truth to come out.
didn't many of the. That's what I'm saying. I thought for sure it was an inside job because this is actually good for Israel. It was good for Israel when that happened. I think Israel was. I mean, maybe you disagree. I don't think Israel noticed um how much people just hate Israel, if that makes sense. But
Yeah.
I think they thought this would be like their 9/11, and they would get sympathy from people because it would kind of show people how these people really are. But the thing is, many people from Mossad got fired from this, so I don't know. It's a whole
Yeah, they got fired, but there was no investigation.
right. So
So like they definitely are aware that something happens, that something is shady, but they don't want to go public with it. They're just going to try to solve this behind the shadows.
mhm. I mean, honest question: do you believe if Palestine had the might, they would destroy Israel?
If what?
Palestinians had the might, had the weapons, they would destroy
Oh,
Israel.
um, like if they had the weapons, like if they had more weapons than Israel, if like
Yeah,
what?
yeah. If they had, yeah.
Well, they would certainly try to destroy Israel. Whether or not they're successful, I don't
I
know.
mean, that's what I'm confused about. I mean, do you believe the whole state of Israel? Like, I'm confused because you should be pro-colonialism, right? So why are you anti the founding of Israel? I'm a little
I'm
bit
not
confused.
anti the founding of Israel. Well, objectively, the founding of Israel caused ethnic cleansing and
Right, but
numerous suffering, but
that's
what once
colonialism in a nutshell. I mean, like, what happened with Pakistan? What happened in America? That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, it's sort of typical, and Israel is not the exception. But once Israel has been founded, there is no way for it to like be unfounded. My problem is that the Palestinians can't just be kicked around for for 2,000 years
I mean, do you
or
really
something.
believe they're treated badly? I mean,
Yeah,
that.
yeah, they're treated very badly. Yeah,
I mean,
by settlers, and they don't have rights. They can't vote in Israeli elections.
because the whole thing is, how do you think like Saudi Arabia treats their minorities, or other countries treats their minorities? You think they treat them well, or because
No, they're treating them just like Israel treats Palestinians.
right? Because I'm sort of confused about that because it's sort of not trying to be. It sounds like how leftists say we're treating like the whole ICE story thing.
Yeah, I know.
So that's what it sounds like to me. I mean, maybe
Yeah, look. the Palestinians, they aren't illegal immigrants. They've been there for more than 1,000 years,
Right, and they have
and
can't
so
they have citizenship and stuff like that? Like the ones that before.
well, okay, so there are three groups of Palestinians there. So the ones who live in the Gaza, and they're completely fucked. They're getting genocided. The ones in the West Bank who are under Israeli occupation, but they can't vote in like Israeli elections. They're getting like security checks. Sometimes they get beaten up by settlers. And then there's the Arab Israelis who have rights. There's some legal discrimination against them, but they have rights and they're able to vote in Israeli elections.
Mm.
So, and why support? So, and
How
either
did
the
they become
country.
citizens? Like, how did they become citizens and the other ones didn't? They didn't want to become like after the war.
No,
Did
no,
they?
they just got cleansed. They couldn't become citizens. They just got cleansed out of the land. You could
I
read
mean,
a book by Benny Morris. He's an
I
Israeli
mean, what
historian.
happened? What happened to the Indians after the Pakistani war? Were they
Yeah, they
given
also
citizenship?
got cleansed, and
Right,
also the some of the like Muslim who would later become Pakistanis. They also got cleansed out of India proper.
right. I mean, so did they give them like settlements and stuff like that? Like,
No, they just kicked them out to Pakistan, and the Pakistanis have kicked the Hindus to India.
right? How did the Israeli Arabs become citizens then? Just
Well, so if you look at the map of Israeli Arabs, we're talking about northern Israelis, Arabs who lived in Tel Aviv, Arabs who lived south from Nazareth. They got kicked out, essentially all of them, by orders from the Israeli government in 1940s, starting in 1947 and ending in 1948. That was massive ethnic cleansing.
uh, 1 second, because I'm confused. 1 second, because I heard the whole thing. Wasn't there like supposed to be like a two-state solution,
Yeah,
and
there was supposed to be a
and
two
everybody
states.
would get rights, and the Palestinians didn't want that, and that's what caused the whole war? Or
No, what are you talking about? No, bro.
the 1947 war? You don't ever heard about that?
No, no, what, bro? Like that's completely different. First of all, there was a in 1947 there was a UN resolution, and the land of Israel was supposed to be divided into two equal areas, one for Palestinians and one for Jews. But again, even that division, it was much bigger than the for Palestinians than the 1967. The modern two-state solution discussion has started after 1967, and most importantly, it started in the early 1990s with talks between Yasser Arafat and the Israelis. So essentially, the modern two-state solution, that's when it was born. The UN resolution, I mean, you could say it's a two-state solution, but it like has nothing to do really with how it is used in the modern days, because the earliest two-state solution, the Israelis would have gotten like less than 50% of the land, and it would have been completely different.
Why didn't the Arabs accept it?
The Israel because the Israeli, well, the Jews at the time, they were 20% of the population. They were not 50% of the population, so it was a bad deal for them. And also the Israelis have declared independence shortly after, and that's how the war started.
Well, I mean, the Arabs never had the land though, so the Brits could
Well,
get
they
rid of
had
it.
the land.
I mean, well, I
What do you
mean,
mean they didn't have?
they didn't
What
have
is
the
that?
government. They weren't in charge of central government. So if
Yeah, but
they
not
just,
neither did the Jews, right?
all right,
See,
well, I mean,
the
like,
British have administered
all
it,
right. So
and
I'm saying technically they could give it to whoever they want to. They could give it to the Indians or something like that. It's not stealing people's land. They would still be allowed to live in their land. I mean,
it,
originally the people that were going to live in the borders would be able to stay in the land, right? Wasn't there like they weren't going to be kicked out? If I'm not, what was the whole?
yeah, and they still got kicked out.
One second. I mean, one second. You ever how like the whole settler thing before we go back to the Elijah thing? Did you that's the thing I'm confused about. So if an Arab goes to Israeli settlement land, they're gonna be beaten up, or
Yeah, or sometimes the Israelis would come and they would like just beat them up randomly.
Mhm. Because like, but if you go to Gaza or West Bank, an Israeli's gonna probably be killed even more. I mean, it's pretty much. You ever been?
Yeah, well,
I mean, yeah.
because they're
So
at
you
war.
can't.
I mean, bro, like
Okay,
that's
so I'm at war
completely
with
different.
so there the West Bank is at war with the Arabs as well. I mean, it's they still say.
No, well,
I mean,
the West Bank is not at war with Israel, though. And that's a crucial difference. Israel is at war with Gaza. They're not at war with the West Bank.
so why if I go to the West Bank, will I be pelted with stones?
No, you would not be.
I mean, it's if you go, they have security. If I try to go there, they're going to give me warnings. It's not a safe place to go exactly. The
Yeah,
West Bank.
sure, but at the end of the day, if you look at statistics at how many Arabs are killed and how many Jews were killed, and yeah, there is some violence against Jews in the West Bank. The amount of settler violence on Arabs is like more than 10 times
I
greater.
mean, I'm just confused. You trust? That's what I'm confused about. Like, what's the statistics you trust? What statistics don't you trust? Because I see this many times of gripe. I mean, and me myself, I don't trust statistics either. I actually don't trust statistics either, except for the ones I believe in, if I'm being honest. But they don't trust statistics, but they trust like they don't trust like statistics when it comes to certain things, but then they trust the scientific statistics when it comes to like race and IQ and stuff like that. So, or like with abortion,
Look,
I guess back.
I really don't know what you're talking about.
Okay,
Okay,
fine.
bro,
So like
bro,
COVID.
I'm about to like crash out. Can you stop like aggressively typing on your keyboard?
Oh, that's not me.
Please.
That's Theron. Theron,
Yeah,
you're
Uh,
that's him.
uh,
I'm talking to him.
yeah,
yes. Sorry. If I do that, I'll mute myself. Sorry.
yeah,
Hmm.
sorry, yeah. No, no. Okay, that's why. No, but like oh, sorry, what was I gonna say? Like so like COVID, the vaccine, COVID vaccine. Most gripers
Yeah,
didn't trust the COVID vaccine, right? I mean, fair enough.
yeah, fair
But they
enough.
they trust race and IQ though, right? I mean, like,
Yeah, yeah. Well, okay. Look, by the way, I'm one of those who got vaccinated as soon as possible,
and you didn't turn
and
gay.
no, I'm glad that I am vaccinated because I believe I got sick from COVID afterwards, although I'm not sure 100%, and it was I didn't particularly feel sick because I got vaccinated.
Right, right, right. Yeah, yeah. I'm against the vaccine, but yeah,
I'm against forced vaccination. Here's what I'll say, but
yeah.
I'm
The only
not against
vaccines
the
I'm
COVID vaccine.
the only vaccine I'm taking is the heroin vaccine, but so- sorry,
Good
yeah.
one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But like, yeah, I guess back to something the whole Elijah Schaefer thing. So, did you hear the
Hmm.
spin from Milo or no? Or
Yeah, obviously, I read all of the thread, Twitter
well,
thread,
yeah.
all
If
of it.
I mean, I guess if we all heard the video, we could go basically go through it.
Sure.
Why is he calling his wife a prostitute? Like that's the whole thing. Is like,
Yeah, because the thing is, Elijah said himself that she isn't a whore, but then calls it that. So that's literally mixed messages.
yeah, he's for sure gaslighting. I mean, but you think he's just a schizophrenic? I think UBERSOY thinks he's like schizophrenic basically. And he's talking to himself.
I'm not sure that it's the case, but it does appear like he was talking with himself. He was talking with himself as a masculine, and he switches role as a masculine Elijah Schaefer, and then he takes the role of his wife, and he's responding back as
Uh,
a feminine wife of Elijah Schaefer. I mean, that's what it sounds like, but
how does his wife
maybe
get the
it's real.
recording?
What?
How does his wife get the? How did Milo get the? How did Master Milo get the
Yeah,
recording?
yeah, like that's what I'm thinking. That
Uh-huh.
it may be real because Milo has the recording,
Yeah, I
but
mean,
it all sounds strange and
yeah.
again, as I said, it sounds like he's talking with himself and he's changing his voice to
Mhm.
his wife's voice. unless she has just she just happens to have a very masculine voice.
Oh, so she's transgender, I guess. But
No,
no,
she's not
no,
transgender.
I'm
She
just
have
joking.
children.
No,
Yeah.
no, I'm just joking. But no, but so does that really make the situation better? He's kind of like, if I'm being
No, it
honest,
doesn't.
well, that means he's just like a
Yeah.
schizophrenic. What? It's like Nick Fuentes. If he's not gay, it doesn't really make the situation better. It just means that he has like he's kind of a weirdo if he's not gay. I mean, so I guess we went through this with the stream, but do you believe that he's gay, by the way, or
Nick Fuentes.
yes?
Um, I don't know, but I would probably bet that he's not straight, whatever that means. So that
So,
means he could be like bisexual. By the way, he identifies as asexual.
which is
So,
gay, yeah.
Wait, Fuentes. I thought Fuentes said that he wants to be, publicly said he wants to be married someday.
Yeah, he wants to
Like,
Yeah,
basically. This is
yeah.
his view of women, and he wants to have a wife, but basically he has nothing to do with the wife.
wait. Is he Fuentes unironically saying that he's not sexually attracted to women?
No, he's so this
He
is
said
he went
he
on
said
Destiny's
that in
stream.
the past.
Well, he said on
W-
Destiny's
Oh no,
stream.
no, past.
Yeah, he said on Destiny's stream that he wants to have a wife, but a wife that he has nothing to do with, basically. That she only has as kids, basically. And so then Destiny's old wife said to him, "So why do you want her to be attracted?" He says, "Well, because when I do it like 3 times, I want to like it, sort of." So yeah, he's basically. I mean, do you think that's like how could he run his movement if he's gay? Isn't the whole movement anti-gay?
I don't think asexual's gay. It's like neither. It's just
Well,
nothing.
but he's kind of. I mean, he's
I
kind of.
mean, like, if he is gay, then yeah.
I mean, his whole movement is anti non-straight people. That's what I'm trying to say. So I mean, like, there's
Yeah,
no.
there's a lot of paradoxes, but I would like I'm not sure if, whether he's gay or not. I would say that he has a weird sexuality. I mean, that's just for certain.
You
Um,
don't care about it. You're saying.
well, I would obviously prefer the leader of the movement to be straight,
Right.
but like it is what it is.
Well, this is my whole thing on homosexuality. I think Tree of Logic said it best. I don't like. I mean, I don't know if I could say this. I'm not really so fond of the whole homosexuality thing. If I'm being honest, never really met one that I kind of liked. They are always but that's neither here nor there. But the thing is, if we just make it that it's a taboo, if we make it that we shame people for it, we're just going to get people that are gay but act straight, and it becomes super annoying. They're basically
Hmm.
like straight people, gay people that LARP as straight people. Sort of the
Hmm.
whole Andrew
Yeah.
Wilson thing. His wife is basically whatever, but they LARP as being traditional, So it's like
Yeah.
it's sort of like there's no really
Yeah,
good.
like I'm talking with you right now, and I'm like just thinking to myself, it's never been this over for Goyim. Like it's completely over.
Yeah, I mean,
Wait,
what do you mean? What do you mean
That's
by
what I'm
that?
thinking.
What do you mean?
so when you say that, you mean like for the Gentiles, right?
Yeah,
As in like,
Well,
yeah.
yeah, sort of like for this whole right, like dissident
all right,
right
okay.
slash alt right sphere. I mean, like just talking with you, I'm like thinking, wow, it's completely over.
Well, yeah, no,
Right.
I'm a pretty. I know, despite what my Twitter says, I'm a pretty extreme. I'm pretty extreme, basically. I've been radicalized by the Groypers. I
Mhm.
tried to
Yeah.
debunk them, and it just made me more radical, basically.
Yeah, you got
Uh,
you internal like you got radicalized by Groypers. You've actually adopted their ideology, whereas the Groypers they were just doing it for the LARP. You you
I
you,
mean,
you take it seriously.
Well,
I might,
I mean, I don't know if I could.
I might.
Well, this is
Sorry,
my
you
this.
go ahead.
Yeah, I'll say my political views. I'm pretty much as conservative can be, but for a Jewish person, if that makes
Mhm.
sense.
Yeah.
So that's my whole thing. I mean, I'm not a white nationalist. I'm not really into race and IQ, but I'm like a Ryan Dawson in terms of this. I don't really have a, it's Anyways, yeah.
Okay, I wouldn't mind adopting some of the like Groyper's like sexual ethics, such as like waiting till marriage and heterosexuality. But I, I don't know. Yeah, I was actually like wondering like Uber. So what are your like positions on like race. Like if you or like your preferred like political people were in control of say Canada or like the
Hmm.
United States or a Western country, like what policies or aims do you want in terms of race and racial demographics?
Well, I'd certainly redefine the country where I'm living as a white homeland, and I would limit immigration to people who are white, and then I would incentivize some of the non-whites who are already here to go back. But that's obviously unrealistic, and
Mm.
it would never happen. And so, like, I don't like
Are you
at
sure
this
about this?
point. Yeah, I'm sure about this. At
Well,
this
the
point, I
Gen
don't
X
even
is pretty
think about
racist.
it. What?
Gen X is pretty racist. They like give
Gen
people
X?
Gen Z,
Gen
whatever.
Aren't
X?
they?
No, I mean
Maybe you
Gen
want to
Z.
Aren't,
say Gen Z?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a little bit. What do they call it? Never mind. I'm not gonna even
yeah,
get
yeah,
into it.
because
Yeah,
Gen X are still like
Zoomers.
10-year-olds. They're like babies right now.
No, because
But
no, they're pretty. They're pretty like not me. If some white person went over to a black person and started to punch him in the face and call him the N word, he would probably get like over $1 million and go send go. So I mean, like it's not really
Yeah, but I don't think it will just happen. The other day, Nick Fuentes, I think it was about a week ago, he started dissing up white nationalists. He was saying, "Oh, you want to make the country white? Do you know we a quarter of our population is Hispanic?" And like and if Nick Fuentes says that, it's over. I
yeah, the
think
Super Bowl.
they are performatively racist, but they're not actually racist. I think this is where we're
Mm.
at. And honestly, I don't think it's viable myself, white nationalism.
I mean, no, I'm just like that's the thing. This is going to. I know we went off this topic, but I'm really confused about the whole Groyper position on abortion. I guess their whole loophole is it's murder, so therefore it doesn't matter who it's murdering. That's the.
Yeah, yeah, there's a lot of contradictions.
I mean, but like abortion, that's the
But
biggest. That's what black people because black people don't really use birth control. If I'm being honest, it's more of a
Hmm.
white woman thing.
Yeah,
Black women they get abortions. I
yes.
mean, and so like I don't think banning abortion would probably stop white women. I don't know if it would really stop black women. If I'm being honest with here, if I'm just being totally honest, they'll still
I think it would stop a lot of them.
right, right.
uh, but okay, wait. When you say there are a lot of contradictions on like the vast majority of Groypers against abortion, except for like
Yeah, the
some of
vast
like race like
majority of Groypers are against abortion, but the vast majority of Groypers are also very racist. So,
oh yeah
Yeah, so
yeah
it's
yeah
kind of like
yeah
that's my confusing thing is because if we banned abortion, the black population would go up. Um,
yes.
yeah.
so shouldn't they want to? Because that's my whole. How could they? This is why I have trouble with the whole Groyper movement because I'm pro-life. So how could if I'm pro-life, how could I be so into demographics? Because if I even if I stopped all the Mexicans from coming into the border, which Mexicans are funny, aren't Mexicans technically white technically or?
No, they aren't. Well, some of them are
Yes
white.
and no.
Vast majority aren't.
I mean,
Uh,
well, I mean,
Look,
Brazilians are white,
Dose,
no?
I want to ask you a question. Are you familiar with Eric Kaufman?
Who is he?
That's like a Jewish mystery meat. Uh, Investigator scientist. He's investigating racial demographic stuff. And recently he's been investigating the Groypers. He's conducted a study, a survey, and he has basically concluded that the vast majority of Groypers are like sort of they're not ethno nationalistic, they are civically nationalistic.
Mhm.
And uh, as long as people believe in the Groyper ideology, it doesn't matter to 80% of Groypers, it doesn't matter what race they belong to, and they'll be fine with them. That,
Right,
that's what Eric Kaufman has concluded.
right. Because I think like aren't like Spaniards or Brazilians? Some of them are look pretty white. No, I mean
Well,
like
Spaniards, all of them are white.
right,
If you're talking about the European Spaniards, obviously,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're white.
Yeah, but yeah, but this is the thing I'm confused by because fine, but you could stop every Mexican from coming into the border, but like abortion is also a pretty like I think without abortion, blacks would be 50% of the population. Now I don't know it's taking into account if they would actually have more babies without. It's a very complicated thing. I don't think it would be, but in theory, the amount of black abortions blacks gets, there'll be up to 50% of the population. I know people would say white people also get abortions, but that's like saying white people also immigrate to the U.S. You know what I mean? It's more black people though. So that's my question: is how could they be for demographics when abortion is like? It's not just the gropers like John Dole. He's demographics also, but doesn't he
Yeah,
know?
look, as I explained to you, to them, I would say the pro life position matters more than race. As I said, most of them are like civic nationalists. And so, it is what it is.
I mean, even without abortion, why aren't they support like like with black people? I hope this YouTube is not going to take me down for this. I may have to. I don't
Don't
know.
think it will.
Well, I think Theron might have to, bleep it out. Maybe I don't know, but
We'll see. What's the take?
give black people money for becoming sterilized. Why don't they? Okay, I know this is. I'm not supportive of this. Okay, but
Hmm.
well, why wouldn't gropers support this?
They will, as I said, they don't support it
Because
because they believe in
they're
pro
pro
life.
life,
Yeah.
they're
Well,
pro fertility. I mean, I think they want to maybe deport some of them. I mean, it depends on the groper, but
yeah, but that would cost too
maybe
much
they'll.
money deporting them. Just get
I,
them.
I, a few of them will at least take that cost.
I mean,
Uh,
I know. If I would DM, if I would, I know if I would like message this to Nick Fuentes, he would. It would be a very funny thing. It would get very. Nick Fuentes hates his. Do you ever watch his answers to his followers, Theron?
but it, but his, I do see some of his online groper followers.
He doesn't like. He
They're
doesn't.
very.
He spurgs
Yeah,
out over
I don't like.
donations. He spurgs out over
Yeah.
donations because many of them are
Oh,
kind of retarded. They're kind of
oh yeah. I've seen a few of the clips. I agree with him on that. That's the one thing like me and Fuentes agrees on.
No, he thinks they're hormonally challenged. Basically, if that's how I'll put it, they're kind of hormonally challenged. Basically, is his view, and I think he did an Ali Jamal accent. I don't think it was on purpose, but yeah. So yeah, that's where he's at. But by the way, I guess I'm gonna ask Theron. This is a new question, but this actually, do you think Sarah Stock should divorce her husband by Christian because I think according to Old Testament rules, she would technically be forced to, because
Okay.
a husband doesn't have to divorce his wife if she cheats on her, even though it's illegal. But a wife has to divorce her husband if she cheats on him. Basically, you know what I'm talking about, or
Right.
it's a very
Okay.
big
So,
no-no.
all right. So in terms of like New Testament law, because that's what Christians follow. There's a part there like divorce isn't permissible unless it's cheating. Although even then, I think there's some debate on whether that even divorce should be like permissible. Then, because sometimes verses in the Bible might be out of context or there might be mistranslations. But I don't know. Like the optimal thing is for them to like keep at the marriage to make it work. But again, this is a very understandably like horrific scenario. It's like it's asking a very I mean, Christian ethics say, I guess maybe to stay married, but that would be but Christian ethics also understand that's a very hard thing to ask of like the husband, like the,
Well, I mean,
yeah,
technically speaking, doesn't I mean, I guess the Old Testament and New Testament are different, but you know, the
yeah.
Old Testament is very anti women cheating on their husbands. It's like a very, very
So is the New Testament in terms of like whether divorce is, I think it's allowed. There's a verse that says, from at least where I read it, it's allowed, but I think I heard from some scholars that might contest it, so I'll need to look up in that and get back to you on that.
yeah,
But and I guess I also want to talk about like why the New Testament's different because there's an argument a few certain groups of laws. There's some laws in the Old Testament that the Christians need to keep. Another set of laws that were only there for like the people of the Israel at the time, and
yeah, yeah,
I know, and we don't need to like follow those group of laws anymore. Oh yeah,
right.
by the way, since we were just talking about abortion, out of curiosity, UBERSOY, are you like
But
pro-choice on abortion? Because I
um,
think I
yeah,
saw
I
on
am.
It
Twitter.
depends on
Yeah.
the race. If they're white, I think it would be more.
No, I'm pro-choice universally.
You know what? You know what a politician should do, and I really wish a politician would do that. That would be so much meme magic, but none will do it. I want one politician to say abortion, but only for but with the exception of like multiracial if they're black, like Richard Nixon. That was a very I don't
Oh
understand
yeah,
why.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Richard Nixon said like abortion if the kid's mixed race.
Yeah, the person says and also rape, and says yeah, and also rape. Why does nobody? But that would be a very like if Marjorie Taylor Greene wanted to really, she's like
Oh,
basically no,
oh
that would
boy.
be, but she would never do that. But that would be a very funny, thing for
Oh,
somebody to do.
okay.
What would be the
I
reaction
mean,
if the liberals like it?
I mean that person would get death threats constantly. That would just because like they'd get attacked by everyone. There's a very small group online that would agree with her on that, or him,
Right.
whoever's.
Yeah, but that's a very yeah. But this is the thing. Am I the only one that was sad about Sarah Stock aborting her baby, or allegedly? I think she did.
Yeah,
But
allegedly. Yeah, we don't know for sure, and I would probably be cautious about believing in Milo
Yeah.
all the way. I have my own sources,
yeah.
people who are close to her,
Uh,
and
sorry.
basically, it's my understanding that it's a rumor, and we don't know for sure.
Hmm.
Uh,
I mean,
I know that she was worried that she may have, gotten pregnant from Elijah Schaefer, but whether or not, uh, she was confirmed to be pregnant and aborted her baby, we don't know that.
that's one way to get kicked
Okay.
out of the conservative movement. If you get an
Uh,
abortion, no
all
matter
right. So I
how
guess.
Yeah.
no matter how based you are, if some once you get an abortion, that's like a kick you out. You can do anything possible. You can even burn a Bible if you wanted to, and then they won't kick you out. But once you get like an abortion, it's like you're being kicked out of the movement. Do you agree with me,
Hmm.
Theron, or no? Or
Yeah. But I guess so. There's probably other things you could get kicked out, but
I mean,
let's see. So what's
homosexuality.
confirmed? So alright, so what's like confirmed in terms of that story? So I know that Elijah gave her something, and then she passed out the next day. But she also said it was also a bad mistake on her
Oh
part.
no,
So what's
she's
confirmed?
just capping. She's just capping. They had an affair for a couple months. I think they even did. Elijah even said he wanted to leave his wife for her. Thought about doing it, and that's no. She wasn't
But
drunk. She's just making excuses. She wasn't drunk. She's just being.
I, that might be for like maybe the first night, but for the couple of other months, she didn't say she was drugged. I'm talking about more the recording because Sarah basically said almost nothing except for a lot of the rumors about me aren't true, but I've made mistakes. Then like just gone full on silent, which indicates certain level of guilt. But she didn't, confirm which ones. And Elijah said he's cancelled for being straight, which really indicates that like
Yeah,
he has
that's
been
funny.
fornicating.
Well, for all we know, this could be a setup from him and Milo to try to make
Yeah.
him look straight because he is pretty gay. I'm not sure. I mean, he's bi, but I really, if I was part of the Mossad, I don't get the Mossad so much. Is why don't they just expose like these people for being deviants? They could easily do that. Why don't they? For like Nick Fuentes, they could easily destroy
Well,
him.
I think they did try to with Nick Fuentes. You remember the porn stream that how he got hacked and there was gay porn?
Do you actually really think it was hacked, or it was?
Yeah, it was.
You think
I
the Mossad
mean,
would do that? Or
I don't know if it's
Well,
hacked.
I mean, it could be Mossad. It
but
could
Okay.
not,
be Mossad.
but
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
they could
That
get
was
it.
years ago before Nick. I mean, Nick Fuentes was kind of relevant, but he's not as relevant as now. Now he might be in Mossad's radar, but like
I think
years
that was
ago,
after
he was.
Kanye. Nick really started like gotten on the
Oh,
radar after Kanye,
Right, I mean,
and
no, but
so
there's
okay,
many
then
stuff
okay, then
Mossad
maybe
does.
I'm wrong, but
Mossad like hires people to. They do many things, Mossad. They're not just a. You know what I'm
yeah,
talking about,
but
right?
they haven't assassinated anybody on
No, no,
American
no, no,
soil.
not
So
assassinate. The other thing to do. What's they call again? Where they make the. They hire people. Mostly it's women. They hire them to do stuff to the enemy. Like what? Remember what Eric Swalwell? What the Chinese did to Eric
oh,
Swalwell? Yeah, no, Mossad. I don't know. Do they do that or is it? I think they do. They could easily do that with get like some man to try to do it if they really want to. I
I
mean,
a
mean,
like
cat boy.
I
yeah.
mean, I mean, I don't know if whether to like believe Fuentes if he was hacked or not. I have no idea. Like I mean, imagine if Vosh said he was hacked when he had that like I don't know
No, he
had that.
legitimately got hacked, and like it was obvious to everybody.
Whatever happened to Vash, by the way? Is he still alive, or he's?
He is still alive. Yes.
Why do I never hear about him? It's only Hassan Brown, Brown Fabio. You know the nickname Brown Fabio? Ever heard about it? Because he's Turkish and he's like Fabio basically because he dresses
Yeah.
like
No,
a Jew.
I just checked out Vosh, and he's got a lots of views. Like it's always more than 100,000 views
Mhm.
every single day, and sometimes it gets to over 200,000 views. So he's got a stable viewership.
Okay,
But obviously, he's not as big as Destiny or the other
why
ones
am I
like
following him?
Hassan.
Should I follow him? Okay, I because
No,
I have
probably not.
no, I have his account. I actually look at his profile. It's kind of weird. I wish I could like, you know what's that all about? You see where I'm going? See that? You see what I just highlighted? So wait, I thought he was.
Yeah, I see that.
I thought he was bi.
He's probably joking. But yeah.
I mean, well, okay, I guess, yeah. Yeah, I mean, oh yeah. By the way, are you a fan of Ethan Ralph or no?
Yeah, I know who Ethan Rolf is.
Will you ever go on the Kill stream?
No, I have not.
Will you ever go on it though if he invites you?
Yeah, sure. I don't mind.
Wait, really? So why don't you? Let me see. Let me see if I could DM him. One second. Let me stop sharing. Yeah, I don't know if he would really respond. We have to use a different account, but well, you really, even though it's like he's kind of cursed, basically.
Mm. Well, if he is cursed, then maybe I wouldn't. I won't come.
I mean,
It
I
really
mean, Nick.
depends.
You know, Nick kicked him out of the platform. Basically, he's begging Nick to come back on.
Are you talking about Cozy TV or like that free speech
Yeah,
platform?
Cosy
yeah.
TV is dead, so it doesn't
No,
matter.
like easily. I wish I was rich so I could bring it back. I could like, you know, if I ever become like whatever, I would tell Nick to bring Ralph back. I don't know if he'll listen to me. I mean, hold it, Theron. I'm just curious, Theron. What are you typing? I'm just confused a little bit.
Oh, I don't know. I guess a friend of mine saw like my stream earlier, but like I had to like unlist it because of all the technical like
Yeah.
problems. So I basically was explaining to him that the stream will be up later on.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Actually, my friend, the political checkmate. But yeah.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But yeah. So that's what. Yeah. That's what. That's. I mean, like, you know who Ethan Ralph is, Theron? I mean, you do, but for the you heard about him, right?
I've heard about him. He's done the kill stream stuff, but
I want him to become
I've
popular
never
again.
seen his.
It's
I've
just
never
sad now.
seen any of his streams.
Well, they're boring basically. They're like a baseball game, or
Okay.
not. They're like a soccer game. Like it's basically for 48 minutes. I don't know how long is a soccer game. 60 minutes. How long is it exactly? I'm sorry, man.
I have no
I mean, I
idea.
think 90 minutes. I think 90 minutes.
Okay, this really that long? How do they? Okay, because like a football game is like, yeah, that's very long. The soccer game, like 90 minutes, and they also put
In
back
my
stuff
high
like,
school, it was 30 minutes, by the way.
yeah, a football is like
I
60
mean,
minutes. Yeah,
I would say that soccer is really football, and whatever you American football is really just a version of rugby.
right, for sure. But I mean, yeah, that's very like. Anyways, they have to go up. Anyways, it's basically like soccer. It's like for the most part, it's boring, but then they have like two or three goals basically, and people. That's why the stream is basically, and yeah, it's sort of like sad now because once Nick Fuentes dropped him, he basically has nothing left. He's basically like a drug addict with nothing left. Basically, he lost all his fans and stuff like that. Oh, because Destiny. Okay, now Destiny's son is like retweeting Ralph a little bit, but
Hmm.
yeah. So you're typing something to your friend Theron?
I'm typing a little bit here and there.
Okay, fine. Yeah. yeah. So yeah, that's like so you don't believe the whole. Did you ever like Star Stock Theron? I mean, you ever would
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm very like anti-white nationalist. So I know when
yeah
I saw when that viral clip of her with like Sam Seder saying we should like do white identity politics and stuff. That wasn't my thing, and
yeah.
I don't know.
I
I
mean,
go, yeah.
I'm confused though. Isn't like isn't that's why I'm confused about this whole white nationalist white is like they confuse are okay fine. I just saw something about Nazi. Anyway, it's sort of like a confusing. It's sort of like and vice versa. The I'm wondering how do they hate Jews for being ethnocentric when they're ethnocentric as well? I'm talking about the Groypers and how could I'm like confused. They criticize the Talmud for being anti-Gentile, but they also promote the New Testament being anti-Semitic. Don't they believe this could backfire very badly if they don't win? Or
No, okay, look, I gotta go.
yeah, me too. Yeah,
So, um, today I'm supposed to release an article, and I'm not even halfway through it yet, so it will
yeah.
just be a short one. The article is Nick Fuentes is not anti-Semitic, by the way.
Okay, fine for sure, for sure.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm not joking. Maybe I should just like become a Nick Fuentes super fan just for the LARP and just like act like a crazy Nick Fuentes stalker. That would be a very. What do you think about that, Theron?
he
That
still
would be
won't come
interesting.
to your live stream,
No,
I'm guessing.
I'm not. No, I know that. I don't want him to come to my thing, but like mock him during events, like just basically like act like you know You guys know who Mexican Andy was? You guys
No,
ever watch
No.
Ice Poseidon? No, he was like a nice Poseidon super fan. Would basically stalk him, like like
my friend said something about a Dow Jones like Pam Bondi meme or something
yeah,
uh, that that's something
mm,
that's in the news.
yeah,
I don't know,
yeah, yeah.
but
Yeah, Uber. So you should donate to Nick Fuentes. I want to see how his response would be to you. Would he like? Can you donate to him to like saying like you don't really believe in the whole Christianity thing and you're more about race over religion?
No, look, I don't really want to counter signal him.
I mean, I'm just before you have to go, obviously. But what is your view on Jesus? Do you believe he existed? He didn't existed?
Yeah, he did exist, but he is not like uh I believe that he died. He didn't rise up from the dead. I mean,
Right.
metaphorically or like spiritually,
Yeah, but what
he
about the
has.
500 people? Weren't there like 500 people, Theron? Right? How many people saw him be resurrected? By the way, I'm just confused. 500 or
Look,
I need to start reading my
if there
Bible story.
was 500 people that saw him resurrected, Christianity would become the dominant religion overnight. If you actually look at observable trends, Christianity really started growing in the third century
right?
AD, so almost 300 years later, or
Right.
200 years
I'm being
later.
honest
And
with you. I hope this is okay if I say this, Theron. I don't believe he existed. I believe he's based off multiple people.
yeah,
Do you
yeah, I
think that's
mean,
true? There's many
I,
no,
Jesuses. Like,
I think that Joseph, the historian, said that well, Jesus was historically real person. Whether or not he was, the Son of God is up for debate.
no, but he's based off, like, Muhammad didn't exist. He's based off multiple people. I think it was. You ever heard
yeah,
that
look,
theory?
I think that's bullshit, clearly.
I mean, he wasn't. Okay, I mean, I guess. I
That's
mean, what?
like that's like getting red pilled on 9/11 after watching Zeitgeist.
Hmm,
Did you ever watch Zeitgeist?
no, it was
They're
too
talking
long for
about
me.
9/11, and then
Yeah,
they're talking
but
about
they're
how Jesus
communists.
never really
Yeah,
existed.
but they're communists, so it's like I'm not gonna really agree with them. So it's like
Well,
I'm not
they're using the exact same arguments.
right, but I mean, like, what do Jews in Israel think of Jesus? Do they like him or?
No, they
I mean,
don't like
I
him
wouldn't know.
because he started the new religion based off from their
I mean, did
religion.
you see them speaking in your school? Did they speak about him a lot, or it was like they didn't really care, really?
Yeah, they did speak about him poorly. Although I mean, look, it really depends who you're talking about. I would say the attitude towards him is rather mixed. It's mostly negative, but like there are people who are, you know, who are understanding. You could say
I mean, I know that there is what's his name again, the founder of the Reformation, like Jesus. So that's what I'm confused about. I don't know.
Martin Luther.
No, not him. The founder, Moses Mendelssohn, something like that, the founder of the Reform Judaism movement, like him.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
maybe in Israel it's different, so they really don't like him
Yeah,
there.
no, yeah, they don't have it. They don't have Reform Judaism in Israel at all.
Uh, right. So they just didn't. They like hated him, or they just like. Sorry. I mean.
Yeah, so my understanding is that it leans towards negative. It's mostly negative.
Mm,
Very few people are positively enthusiastic about Jesus. They perceive Jesus as like a traitor. But the Jews who are in the West, they're mostly are positively inclined towards him. So
mm,
again, as you
right.
mentioned,
Right.
there's two types of Jews.
Yeah, I think Theron is probably is getting. Yeah, he's getting very angry, and he's you know, he's not he doesn't like what
I
we
mean,
just.
I can handle disagreement and criticism. I mean,
No, no.
I'll respond like more when I mean, I really need to start like reading my Bible and starting to get more familiar with Christian theology. So
Well, no,
in the meantime, I'll
I'm
just
Theron. I don't hate Jesus, so you don't have to worry about me. I just
that's fine.
no, I don't hate him. Wait, you don't believe
Hmm.
me?
No, no, I believe you, but before I don't know, I don't know, I want to talk more about Ubersoy's view on like I don't know Jewish control because I feel like Ubersoy like a few years ago responded to like that apron guy on
Hmm.
like Jewish overrepresentation,
Hmm.
but like I haven't like seen his like full content. I haven't even seen that full video, but in my
Right.
opinion, that I don't know Ubersoy like may have changed his views since then. I'm not sure. I
No.
didn't see the video in full.
Yeah,
Um,
like just watch the video. Everything in the video that I've said, I agree with it. I was mostly talking about like Jewish IQ,
okay, yeah.
and he brought it up in relation to Jewish overrepresentation. So I'm not really
Mm,
responding to Jewish overrepresentation. I'm really responding to the claim that Jewish IQ is average or it's
Okay.
not high. That's what
mm.
I'm responding to.
Right. So I mean,
Okay.
like, oh yeah, but so like, the overrepresentation. Sorry, what am I saying? So you do. So you believe it's. Why do you believe it's because of nepotism or
What? Uh,
why? Why?
are you asking me why Jews are overrepresented?
Yeah.
Oh no.
You believe
Yeah,
it's
well,
black.
they're, I mean, obviously it's intelligence and how the Jewish community is organized and personality. That's what I think.
I mean, do you believe it's like?
Intelligence comes first.
Do you believe it's like the black? I mean, I guess you say intelligence, so it's not exactly like the black. So, what do you think about the people that believe it's like? You know how black people believe whites are trying to put the black people down.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't
Hmm.
believe it's like that sort of thing. I mean,
Well, if you're talking about if there is a nepotistic element to Jewish overrepresentation, yeah, there is, but it's hard to measure it. And I do believe it's mostly intelligence and how Jews are
right.
organized as a community.
Right, because like like Jews run the. I mean, do they run the NBA? Like other industries,
Yeah,
you
they do
see,
run the NBA.
yeah, and it's mostly black. So I mean, like it's yeah,
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 you could say they're exploiting they're keeping the black man down while they're profiting off of him.
right. So I mean, it's basically like that's basic economics. It's basically what makes the most profit. So yeah, I agree with what
I
you say
mean,
there.
all right. So I guess I'm asking is, do you share like Nick Fuentes' position on the Jews that Jews are controlling certain things on a
Yeah,
global
they
level,
are
or
controlling certain things.
all right, in what sense?
In the sense that they're overrepresented in these specific things and they're often using their position of power to push something that's in the Jewish collective interest.
Right, that's the part I'm having a little confusing because like all these newspapers these days, they seem to be saying with maybe I'm being a whatever here, but they seem to like say like Israel just killed 70,000. They just seem to be like not citing so much of Israel. You're not giving us Daily Wire level propaganda on Israel. Basically, that's what I'm trying to
Yeah,
say.
but not the newspapers and the media controlled by Larry Ellison. It really depends. Like if you think the Jews are controlling the media, that's not necessarily true. They're overrepresented in some aspects of the media,
Right, but the AP,
and
like, yeah, I saw you get what I mean because AP really lately the media has been getting more pro-Palestinian, not pro-Palestinian, not overly, but they're like the reporters are basically giving bones to Palestinians, if that makes sense. You get what I mean? Or
yeah. So the Associated Press, you think the Jews run it? I don't think the Jews run the Associated
right,
Press.
obviously CVS is run by Jews. You saw with
Yeah,
Iran, did they?
CBS is run by Jews,
Right, the
but
30 like
Associated
you
Press
actually
is
believe the
not.
37,000 number, or no? You believe it's basically Barry whatever her name is
Very
propagandizing.
wise.
Yeah, so you believe it's fake, or
What is fake?
the 37 Iranians have died?
Oh yeah, I do believe that's fake. Yeah,
Right. So like yeah, so that's why
yeah. I
like
mean that's just like that's just it just seems insane to me. Uh, I don't know. Like I haven't looked that deeply into it, but my first instinct is that's completely insane because the other estimations they were like about 2,000 people,
well no
and
now the updated number is
oh.
37 after now up to date because I guess
Mhm.
Iran is basically like mowing them down. I don't know. I mean like
Okay, I'm not sure if others are collaborating, corroborating such a huge number. Maybe it's true. I don't know, but
I don't believe that. I'm just being honest with you. I really have
yeah,
trouble trusting the media.
yeah. I'm
After
also
COVID,
skeptical towards it.
after the
Yeah,
COVID vaccine, I really don't believe in the media. Remember, the media was like saying how COVID vaccine would be like magical. They were. You agree with that? They oversold it, right?
they have oversold it for sure. Yeah,
Right. They said that nobody, so they got it wrong. And also, they said Trump said he was going to have a vaccine for it, and they said to him, "Oh, that's not going to come out in like a
yeah,
couple."
yeah, yeah. In a
Yeah,
couple of years,
yeah,
and then he made it
Mm.
Operation Warp Speed in less than 10 months. Yeah, I know.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Before I go, I mean, you have to go soon. I'm sorry. How
mhm.
do the Muslims view Jesus in your experience? Do they also hate him, or
No, they don't hate him. He's a prophet. They just don't believe that he's the son of God.
right? Because
That's the
I'm confused about this whole thing because kind of what I thought because I thought
Uh, they they think Jesus is a prophet, like
right.
yeah.
like Abraham and Moses.
I guess it's because
Yes.
I guess it's because I was with Western Jews. I thought Jews in Israel actually liked Jesus. I thought they
No, they
saw.
don't.
Okay, maybe I'm very disappointed, because I don't want Nick Fuentes to be right. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
maybe, yeah, yeah. So, but also, but like Muslims, do they? Because based, you ever heard of Jake Shields? You ever heard of that guy?
Yes, of course.
He makes Islam to be like a form of Unitarianism, but the thing is like they seem to put Muhammad over Jesus. Like if I burn
Yeah,
a cross
they
in
do.
Gaza, well, first of all, I can't bring it. If I burn a cross in Saudi Arabia, they won't do anything to me. If I burn a Muhammad picture or even write a
Oh
picture,
yeah.
Yeah. Well, but that's like the like to be fair, the Christians also put Jesus over Moses, right? Sorry, over his father.
right? I
Well,
mean,
actually, they believe in the Trinity. So, but
I'm
yeah.
Theron. According to your view of Christianity, which is worse, the Muslim view or the Jewish view? Which you think is more harmful for the Christian view, basically?
But
To have,
so the Muslim view is that Jesus is a prophet. The Jewish view is that
I
uh
don't think there's there with a Jewish view. There's no. I'll put you what the Jewish view is. There's really no traditional view on it. Do you get what I mean or no? Or
okay. I don't know. I guess they're both like I don't know. I guess between both views, I'm indifferent because I think they're just both like wrong. I don't think either one slanders Jesus because the Jewish view, according to you, say it's almost nothing about Jesus, while the other says that Jesus is just a prophet.
right.
Either
I mean,
way,
what?
it's saying that both way are saying that Jesus is not God, which is what I think they equally disagree with. If like one view said something much worse, like I don't know, I know that there's some people that say in the Talmud that Jesus is like in excrement in like the hellfire, heaven, like
Right.
fact check that. But if that's true, then that version would be much worse than the Islam
Right, but
version. Again, I'm not sure.
I think like according to like most Christians, Unitarianism is very bad. Even like it's all or nothing. Am I wrong about this? Or many Christians hold this?
Oh,
Or
oh, you mean Unitarianism, as in there's only one God? I mean,
right?
as in that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But I guess like yeah, we disagree with that. We believe that it's like three in one.
No. I mean Unitarianism. I meant like the J witnesses, basically the
Oh,
Watchtower.
Jehovah Witnesses.
Yeah, I don't like to
Yeah.
say
Well.
it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
shouldn't use the name in vain, but they, but like them,
Uh,
I think like I think according to Christianity, you can only be saved if you believe whatever. It doesn't. I think it might. Am I wrong about this or
I mean, you're saved if you believe in that Jesus is God. Yes.
right? If not, you're basically going to hell, right? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean to the north, yeah. So I
I mean,
mean,
like,
Okay, so look,
yeah. I know you have
I
to.
decided to double check the claim on 36,000 Iranians. So the death toll, the confirmed death toll, is just over 7,000 people,
Uh-huh. Okay.
and that's PBS News, and in accordance to
yeah, the
like
Times of
they're
Israel is
citing
saying that.
activists.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's like what Barry Weiss is doing is that, I think 70,000 now are confirmed Gazans. And she's basically saying what would be the equivalent of people saying, well, actually, like 500,000 Gazans are dead.
Yeah.
Well, that's what is essentially she's doing, but to the Iranians.
Yeah. I mean, oh, I was going to. I'm sorry. I know Theron doesn't like these questions, but I like to. But Theron, why do you think the Muslims view him as a prophet? Do you think Muhammad did this strategically, or he just?
Okay. Let's see. So, uh, it's so I'll say I think the Muslims argued that out that instead of Jesus being like crucified on the cross, someone else took the fall instead, and Jesus was saved.
Right, the
But
black guy got killed. That, I mean,
but
that's what they hold. The person, yeah.
somehow that Christianity was corrupted, and that led to like Jesus being worshipped as a god. That's according to the view of the Muslims. In terms of like what Muhammad believes, I I can't say.
Right, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Okay, look, I really gotta go
Yeah,
now. I
me
think
too, me
I'm.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fair
so
enough. Fair enough.
Yeah,
thanks for
yeah,
inviting me,
yeah, of
guys.
course, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks for.
yeah,
I
sorry.
was about to say bye and nice meeting you, but okay, it was nice
Yeah, by the
meeting
way,
you,
before I go,
Ubersoy. But
yeah. Do you believe
yeah,
what, do you agree? Do you believe what he said or no?
I mean, I don't. I'm gonna be honest. I don't agree with like probably 80% of like or 70, however much of like Ubersoy's views. Like, I'm not. I think like on the race and like Jew stuff, I don't agree with him on
I'm
like
saying, do you agree with what he said
95%.
about? Do you agree with what he said? That you believe what he said about the Jews hating him in Israel? Do you believe that or
I mean, which Jews? That's the thing. If it's,
secular?
I mean,
Secular. I had a hard time believing secular Jews. Would they care even or?
the thing is, I have no. All right, so I haven't. Let's see, I haven't met that many Jewish people in like the UK. And I think a lot of people in my area. It used to be a Jewish area, but a lot of people left like around the time I was born.
Right,
So I don't have much experience with like Jews,
right,
but I believe that like Jews, like Gentiles, have free will and can decide for themselves. I
yeah,
don't I don't think there's a big culture that says. I mean, there's probably sections of like Jews that like hate Jesus, but I don't know to what extent. That's
right.
the thing.
I don't
So I
most.
can't like really I can't really speak to that. Like if like Ubersoy like told me like what city, or like if he gave me like a poll or something, then something substantial. Then
Right.
I but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
Wait,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I was kind of
Is he-
nervous what I said because it could be, you know, yeah. I mean, right? Or
yeah.
yeah, for sure. Anyways, okay. Thanks for coming on. I guess I have to go as well. Actually, hope you have a.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry for the whole mix up. It was a whole weird stream, but anyways,
Yeah.
thanks for having me. Okay, thanks so much.
Yeah. Thanks for having me as well, and thank you for
Yeah,
letting me see UBERSOY. Did I don't know, but, I think maybe we'll talk later about this after you end the stream. I just have a question to ask you,
sure, sure,
but
sure. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm gonna go out, but you can DM me. I'll respond when
All
I
right.
get
Okay.
back in.
Okay. Right. Okay. Of
Thank you,
course.
sure. Thanks, bye.
All right. Bye.